Hi everyone, I hope you're healthy at home. My name's Lisa, and once again I'd like to bring you a craft idea that you can make from your home with items that you probably already have on hand. Today we're going to make these adorable chalk painted books. I have done this on my Monday night Make It craft sessions, and we've had so much fun with them. They're very beautiful, they fit into any decor. We're going to take an old book that is no longer being read, and simply we're taking the paper off of it. They usually come with a paper covering on it to protect the hard copy. And we're using, let's get to some of our supplies. First, the book. Obviously, I have used 3 sizes. Actually, my first and second book are almost exactly the same size. If you can find 3 different sizes, that's perfect. I also like a wider book because it allows you to embellish the side of it either through stenciling or Cricut, whatever you choose. And you can actually buy books at the Dollar Tree for $1. So if you don't have books at home that you're ready to discard or upcycle, then you could go to the Dollar Tree and you could find what you're looking for there. This one actually came from the Dollar Tree. The chalk paint. This is it's called one coat coverage, but you may need more than one. We'll talk about that. This is a linen white, and it is a matte finish. Also, they have various types of ribbon here. We'll discuss some of the other options for binding your books together. I have one of them, I should say, one of the stencils used for decorating the example that I have presented for you. And then I used Sharpie, but you could use paint, you could use ink, black ink. We'll talk about those options in a few minutes as well. The first thing that you want to do is make sure that you've got a clean book. For the most part, once you take the jacket off of the book, you're going to have a clean book. I like to open it up. I think it's easier to paint that way. I'm using a foam brush. You feel free to use a regular paintbrush if you'd like. I just find that these are durable for the purpose and can be thrown away when you're finished with them. So I have already given this 1/2 of this a coat, but this has a red area here that if I don't give it more than 1 coat, I'm afraid it'll show through. So I'm going to go through really quickly. Now I did not I don't know the word. I'll just give the directions. I did not sand it down. Some people sand down their books a little bit after they're painted to give them that old, used look. If that's something that you choose to do, before you do your ribbon on there, obviously you're going to sand down just some of the edges to age it a little bit. Also, some of your books, on the very end of the book, where the title is, it's very deep. It's embossed into the fiber itself, into the linen. I'm assuming this is a type of linen. So you may need to put several coats on that, and you build up those coats, and that gives you a really good surface to do your stenciling, your painting, your Cricut, that type of thing. Make sure you get the ends of it. I'm going to give this a real quick. I understand that you can spray paint these. I have not tried that. I just typically like a chalk paint. I like the surface of it. Again, this is, as you might be able to tell, it's kind of an off-white book. So 1 coat will probably get that. We're not doing any damage to the book, the book pages, excuse me, other than we're changing the outside. So the book can still be read, but honestly, these are more for decorative purposes. Chalk paint tends to dry very quickly. And I'll tilt this up so that you can see. This one has had 2 coats. This one's had 3 coats here on this red. At the top part, 3 coats as well, but this one entire side here has only had 1 coat. You can see the red is still showing through. Now, I would let this dry at least a couple of hours. Even though I say chalk paint is fast drying, we have creases, we have little linen marks in the red, in other words, little cross-hatching marks. So we want all of that to dry before we actually are able to decorate the book. So I'm going to put this to the side. To let it dry. Let me bring over a finished project. I have taken, I have taken the 3 books and tried to stack them in an order that looks pleasing. Obviously, the top 2 books are almost the same. I did not have access to a Cricut to do letters on the side. Cricut is the machine, obviously, that allows you to make all kind of images, transfers, etc. I found that I did have a stencil template that was narrow enough to fit on 2 of my books. I actually had 3 different arrows, and I found that I could use 2 of them. The other one was too wide. So I wanted to do, embellish is a better word, 2 of the books. You could embellish all 3 of the books. Ideas for the side of it would be anniversaries or dates of marriages, or a stack of children's books perhaps with a birthday on it. You can do anything you'd like. I didn't want to do lettering necessarily, so I did what I liked was the arrows, because I also think it kind of went with the ribbons that I had as well. Now, you can sand this down. I mentioned that a few minutes ago in a very wordy format, but you can sand this down if you'd like for it to look a little bit more aged. Also, my Sharpie is new, so it's very dark. If you find that that's too dark, it doesn't fit what you're trying to accomplish with your stack of books, then feel free to take a very, very dry paintbrush or even a paper towel. Wipe over that just a couple of times very lightly, and then go back and with a clean paper towel and wipe that off, and that's going to tone down the darkness of, in my case, the Sharpie, or whatever image that you have put on the side. One of our patrons who came in for our Monday night makeup class took lace and laid it across the top, and then was able to use a stenciling brush, which is round, and go over that, and it was just the beautiful image of the lace that was on there as well. Now, to hold them together, I've chosen a ribbon. My ribbon is not very tight. I need to tighten that up. I have not glued it to the book itself because I may want to change out the ribbon seasonally. These would be great in red, white, and blue with that white contrast. It would be beautiful in red, white, and blue. So think about ways that you can keep the ribbon tied. I'm sure these books won't be used and moved a lot. So just some way of keeping them together. I have a belt at home, a nice leather belt that I was able to pick up at a discount store, Goodwill. And I think that would be great if you could put that belt around here. Cut the belt so that it's a little bit shorter. You don't have that extra length hanging off of there. Attach a ribbon, something in burlap, In my case, I have remnants of ribbon that I have used, and I've just simply from largest to smallest ribbons, I've just layered them on top of one another. I think these are maybe 6 inches in length. Let me show you how to do that. We'll make one real quick. I use these quite often. I am not necessarily the best at making bows, but this one I can do. Let's put some of this ribbon. And let's use a little bit of this polka dot grosgrain. Make that one a little bit shorter. And I don't have my twine, but I could easily use my twine. I'm going to use another piece of the short. And I could keep layering and layering these. I could put as many ribbon on there as I wanted to. But I'm going to kind of gather these in the middle. I'm going to take my short piece. And I could double knot that if I wanted to. I just like the way that looks. You can pull that apart. Also, I would probably turn the end, give them that little pointed look as well. But that's easy. That was all that I had done to actually put that bow on top of there. I hope you'll attempt to make the stacked rustic books for your home. Again, if you take pictures of them, please post them to our Facebook page. We'd love to see what you've done. Thank you.